Assume knowledge 3, gradient. The gradient of a given line is defined to be the ratio rise divided by run, and we use the letter m for gradient. So let's look at a couple of situations. So the way to do this is to pick a grid point. I can see that it crosses the corner of the grid here. And then we'll find another grid point, such as this one up here. And then form a triangle. And always start your triangle by going across to the right. And then in this case, we go upwards. How far have I gone to the right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How far have I gone up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And so if the gradient is the rise over the run, that's 10 up divided by 5 across. So this line has a gradient of 2. So let's have a second example in here. So choose a grid point. I think that's a grid point just there. And there's another grid point just here. So once again, always start by going across to the right. And then in this case, we go downwards. So how far across have I gone? Well, that's at -9, and I've gone across to 6. So 9 and 6, that means I've gone 15 across. And I can see I've gone 5 down. Downwards is -5. So always go across to the right first, and then either you go up or you go down. So the rise here is -5. The run is 15. And that cancels down to -1/3. So generalizing, so we'll look at the points x1, y1 and x2, y2 again. And we're after the gradient of the line that goes through these 2 points. Once again, form this triangle. Note going across to the right first, and then in this case, we're going upwards. And remember that this point here has the same x-coordinate as this point, and the same y-coordinate as this point. So the distance across here, that's the run, is x2 minus x1. And the distance here, the rise, is y2 minus y1. And therefore the gradient is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Now it's really important when you use this formula that if you use y2 first on the top, you use x2 first on the bottom.